better. So we chose to add school-based enterprises into this process. So wouldn't it be nice if we all had a cup of coffee every morning and cookies brought to us from our students? Anybody want some?
Of course.
Okay, wait, you have to bear with me, it takes a little time to warm up.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
Very well done.
Okay.
Oh, Keurig.
But for real, I did bring real donuts, and, you know, but we're gonna get docked for that healthy version. I brought bananas too.
Bananas.
So you guys can enjoy those anytime you want. My kids ate some of the cookies, so sorry about that. But okay, so we have some goals for this PD, and I'm gonna let someone jump in and take over.
I can. So our objectives for this professional development, you're graciously joining us for today, is finding engaging ways to keep special education students involved in schools, and overall reduce that dropout rate. Another one is developing the school-based enterprise opportunities for students at all stages of the transition process. And authentically demonstrate the importance of self-determination skills, and teach self-determination skills to all students involved in any of the school-based enterprise opportunities.
And I'll let someone do our tips.
I can do that. Tips to develop a school-based enterprise. 1, get approval from your school and district. 2, develop a business plan that includes objectives, strategies, and a budget. 3, identify the interests and skills of the students involved. 4, collaborate with school administrative staff and career and technical education teachers. 5, create a manual that includes procedures, job descriptions, training, schedules, investors, and policies. 6, advertise your new business. And 7, get excited and get started.
Yeah, and I think like this looks a lot different at each stage, and like for us, because we're all junior high, middle school teachers, like we have to start small. But if we start small now, like when they get to the high school, they can grow that business, and then they're very engaged in it, more so engaged because they started so much younger. Lindsay, do you want to talk about this and what they can do?
Yes, so I think self-determination is a big thing amongst all students, whether they are in the general education classroom or in the special education classroom, is having those self-determination skills, and then it's also important in the works place as well. So I made a Padlet. I don't know if any of you are familiar with Padlet, but if you scan the QR code, you can join the Padlet. So it's kind of gonna ask for your examples of what you think different skills and strategies we can implement to work on goal setting for our students within the workplace, decision making, communication skills, and then problem solving within a school-based enterprise. So if you scan the Padlet,
Did it work for anybody?
Yeah,
it
it
should
did.
work.
It did.
I'm gonna pull it up
Yay.
on my phone.
And Lindsay did a couple examples in each category to show like, and like we would do this and let you just, as you're thinking about it through this whole presentation, just add an idea, and then it shares it with all of us, and we can grow all of our ideas together.
I can try to talk about my examples too.
Sure.
So my examples for goal setting would just be, so say a student's in a school-based coffee shop, so just setting like a weekly goal for them to hit 50 beverages up to sell. Just having those sometimes small goals and then those big goals as well. For decision making, so if they're doing a t-shirt printing enterprise, students have to vote on which design. So they all have their same ideas, but just voting on those instead of one getting chosen up or fair, so they can decide and make decisions together. For problem solving, if a group's running a school-based enterprise, like a supply store, identifying what's running low for your inventory, and then brainstorming solutions, whether that's organizing a supply donation or negotiating with suppliers, and having that communication with them. And then lastly, for your communication skills, say you're running a group or a school-based bookstore, identifying what's running low on the inventory and brainstorming solutions, whether, same thing, organizing a book donation or negotiating with those suppliers as well. So
Yeah.
you gotta communicate with suppliers and just having those communication skills. skills, same with communicating within your workspace as well. So those are some of the examples. So if you have things come to mind as we're presenting, feel free to post those to the Padlet, and then you guys can refer back to it in the future to kind of give you guys ideas if you plan to create a school-based enterprise. So.
Joe, do you wanna do this part?
Yeah, benefits of school-based enterprises. It's been known to increase student morale. They're more involved in their classes and, depending on the business, could be more involved with school. Can positively impact school culture. One of the things I brought up was a previous school that I had, which was a behavior school. They received their Eagle status, which was like the highest degree that they could get, and as a reward of that, they got to get all kinds of apparel that the school-based business that made, and so it was an honor to like get all that gear that they would and have it be all with their school logos and stuff like that. So definitely a good way to impact your school culture. Provides hands-on learning. The business I was got to witness was screen printing. So you're talking about art, design, making the canvases,
Technology.
running the business part of it. Can be used to support career readiness. The skills that they learn in a school-based enterprise can be transferred fairly easily to any type of career that they might be interested in. Can be used to provide services for the community as well as school. Again, going back to the screen printing, so that school would make t-shirts and apparel for surrounding schools, and they would do that basically at cost. So helping out the community. Now you're also going to learn about another haunted house that a school nearby me does, and then they take those proceeds and they help out local groups such as like the Lions Club or the Veterans Club with school community outreach programs. Can generate revenue to be used on other school groups or functions. Money that's made in the school-based enterprise can be put back into the school, such as like prom committee, or band needs new equipment, or sport needs new uniforms, just all kinds of things really. And then develop teamwork, leadership, communication, and problem-solving skills.
Okay.
Sky's the limit really.
Yeah, and that school you're referring to is actually our school. The Rolla did the Rolla Haunted High thing. So we have like a ton of ideas, but think of it at the beginning levels, like right now where we're at versus at the high school, even your senior year. And this is a great example because I think Lindsay has one of these in her school where they just do a little coffee cart. And
do something like that at the high school.
yes,
here.
and they turned it at the high school, they turned it into an entire coffee shop. They had a concession, in the old concession stand area, they were able to build this business so that it was an every morning thing. Kids and students could participate. Maybe at the junior high, that little coffee cart is just in the teacher's lounge, but it starts off small, but you're still teaching the kids the same things you would be teaching them when they are getting ready to leave high school and prepare for that career. So that's a good idea. Of course, snacks are always a good idea. Mrs. Spink has a whole snack session back there in her room, in the fax room. So having a little lunchtime cart would be a great thing to do early years, and then again, like open up that concession stand every day at school for our older kids, and let them learn those business skills and those communication skills. And oh no, we're out of Cheez-Its, who's gonna go get Cheez-Its, or who's gonna ask for donations so we can purchase Cheez-Its? And then what do you do with the money afterwards? Do you you save it, or do you purchase some more things? And this is that Haunted High one. So I changed it to seasonal work the other day because I thought, oh, they do like those Christmas shops at the elementary schools. Well, why couldn't that be one of our businesses? We could open up a little Christmas store for all our kids to be able to purchase for their families. Student councils always do like the Valentine grams or any other holiday, and you could turn that into a business for our special ed students so that they can gain those skills early and then grow it into a haunted high when they get up there. A lot goes into that, so there's a lot of planning that goes into it, but it's very good for them because it's real life. So, how am I on time?
Oh my gosh.
Way over.